Hey everyone, welcome back to Walk and Study. Today we will be going over some very advanced English vocabulary. This video is great for anyone studying for the TOEFL, IELTS, or the GRE, or anyone who wants to learn some very advanced English vocabulary. As we work through these words, we will be hiking on the High Line Canal Trail in Cherry Hills Village, Colorado during a spring rainstorm. Okay, our first word is gamble. Gamble is a verb, and it means to dance or skip around playfully. Using gamble in a sentence, we could say, from her office near Central Park, Zehra watched the playful puppies gamble around. So from her office near Central Park, Zehra watched the playful puppies dance or skip around. Our next word is cogent. Cogent is an adjective, and it means convincing and well-reasoned. Using cogent in a sentence, we could say, the young girl convinced her father to give her an extra cookie by making a cogent argument. So the young girl convinced her father to give her an extra cookie by making a convincing and well-reasoned argument. Our next word is exponent. Exponent is a noun, and it means someone who champions or advocates for something. Using exponent in a sentence, we could say, the president was an enthusiastic exponent of improving education. So the president was an enthusiastic champion or advocate for improving education. Our next word is glib. Glib is an adjective, and it means fluent in an insincere manner or kind of offhand and casual. Using glib in a sentence, we could say, the slimy politician managed to continue gaining supporters because he was a glib speaker. So the slimy politician managed to continue gaining supporters because he was good at speaking in a fluent but insincere manner. Our next word is parry. Parry is a verb, and it means to ward off or to deflect, especially by a kind of quick-witted or intelligent answer. Using parry in a sentence, we could say, the young engineer successfully parried every question her colleagues had for her about her new design. So the young engineer successfully warded off, answered, or deflected all of the questions her colleagues had for her about her new design. We can also use parry if we're talking about kind of physical movements. So if, let's say, you're boxing someone and you're able to block their shots, you're parrying their punches. Okay, our next word is plastic. Plastic is an adjective, and it means able to be molded, altered, or bent. Using plastic in a sentence, we could say, the new material was very plastic and could be formed into products of many different shapes. So the new material was able to be molded, altered, or bent very easily, and it could therefore be formed into products of many different shapes. One thing about plastic is plastic doesn't necessarily mean that the thing we're talking about is plastic. It just means that the thing is easily shaped or changed. For instance, we could say, young babies' brains are very plastic. And so young babies' brains are very easily molded or altered. Okay, our next word is parlay. Parlay is a noun, and it means a discussion, and the discussion is usually between two enemies. Using parlay in a sentence, we could say, the parlay between the Ottoman army and the Russian army was unsuccessful, so they continued fighting the war. So the discussion between the Ottoman army and the Russian army was unsuccessful, and because of this, the war continued. We could also say, the gangs in Chicago held a parlay to determine which gang would control which neighborhood. So the gangs in Chicago held a discussion or had a meeting to discuss who would control which neighborhoods. Our next word is overwrought. Overwrought is an adjective, and it means agitated or excited and kind of nervous. Using overwrought in a sentence, we could say, the lawyer's overwrought voice on the phone made her clients worry about the outcome of their case. So the lawyer's agitated or excited and nervous voice on the phone made her clients worry that they might lose their case. So if someone is being kind of controlled by their emotions, then you would say that that person is overwrought. Our next word is tyro. Tyro is a noun, and it means a beginner or a novice. Using tyro in a sentence, we could say, because Catherine was a tyro at basketball, no one chose her for their team. So because Catherine was a beginner or a novice at basketball, no one chose her to be on their team. Our next word is umbrage. Umbrage is a noun, and it means offense or resentment. Using umbrage in a sentence, we could say, the priest took umbrage at the security guard's accusation that he had shoplifted a DVD. So the priest took offense or resented the fact that the security guard accused him of shoplifting or stealing a DVD. Our next word is verbose. Verbose is an adjective, and it means wordy or kind of long-winded. Using verbose in a sentence, we could say, the professor's answer was so verbose that his students forgot what the original question had been. So the professor's answer was so wordy and long-winded that his students forgot what the original question was. We could also say, Alexander was so verbose that most people fell asleep when they were talking to him. So Alexander was so wordy and long-winded that most people fell asleep when they were talking to him. Our next word is unequivocal. Unequivocal is an adjective, and it means absolute or certain, something that's kind of clear and explicit. Using unequivocal in a sentence, we could say, the professor was unequivocal about the fact that he would fail any student caught cheating. So the professor was absolute or clear and explicit about the fact that he would fail any student who was caught cheating. Our next word is wanton. Wanton is an adjective, and it means undisciplined, unrestrained, and kind of reckless. Using wanton in a sentence, we could say, the young man showed a wanton disregard for the health and safety of other people when he got drunk and drove his car through the mall. So the young man showed a kind of reckless disregard for the safety of other people when he got drunk and drove his car through the mall. Our next word is querulous. Querulous is an adjective, and it means someone who is inclined to complain or is kind of irritable. Using querulous in a sentence, we could say, many children go through a querulous period called the terrible twos. So many children go through a period where they are inclined to complain a lot and are very irritable, and that period is called the terrible twos. Okay, our last word is nettle. Nettle is a verb and it means to irritate. Using nettle in a sentence, we could say, Linda's younger brother was always nettling her. So Linda's younger brother was always irritating her. All right, with that, we've gone over some more extremely advanced English vocabulary that's perfect for the GRE, TOEFL, or IELTS. I hope this lesson was helpful to you all. As always, subscribe below, give us a like if you found this video useful, and let us know in the comments section what else you'd like to learn about or see in our next walk and study lesson. Thanks everyone, take care.